Hi guys, welcome back to Emily.j. Pilates and to the Reformer Pilates Power Hour. So this is an hour's session. Oh, sorry, let me just mute myself here. So this is an hour-long session. So we cover all of the body parts from back, upper, lower, abs, core. A really great session today. So I've got my 2 kg dumbbells because it's power hour. So we do look at quite a bit of strength in power hour. And we've got some feet and straps, we've got some strap openers, we've got side abs to plank, it's fun, it's a fun session, I'm excited to do this one today. So go grab your dumbbells or your cans of beans or your water bottles. I am going to be starting in footwork and I have 2 heavy springs on and 1 medium spring, and I'm going to be using the dumbbells for this section. So bringing yourself down onto your machine, scoot all the way to the end, lay it back, feet on your foot bar with the heels on, toes pulling towards the face, knees hip distance apart, tailbone connected, bottom rib pulling down, that hip to rib connection, and you want a nice gap between your shoulder rests and your shoulders. Pull the shoulders down the back, inhale to prepare, and exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, pulling the navel to the spine, pushing the air to the back and the sides of the ribs, and then exhaling through the mouth, maintaining that navel to spine connection. Inhale one last time here, feel the ribs pull down towards the carriage. Exhale out the mouth. And inhaling again, and as you exhale, this time pushing the machine out, straightening the legs, and inhale using the legs and abs to drag it back in. Exhale to push out, and inhale to bring it in. So just taking a heel in and out here. When you're quite comfortable, you're just comfortable with that movement. It's a morning session today, so we just want to wake up our bodies, wake up our minds. As you exhale, you can start to take the dumbbells straight up and down, straight up and down. So you've got chest press and pushing the machine out, and then using the legs and the abs to drag it back in. Lovely. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, all the way in. Dropping down onto the toes, that Barbie heel lift, ballerina lift. Knees still hip distance apart. And again, we'll just wake up the body here. So inhale to prepare, pull that bottom rib down towards the carriage. Exhale, push the machine out. Make sure you're not overarching in the lower back, tailbone connected. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale to take it out. And inhale. Use the back of the legs and the abs to drag your machine back in. Control the movement through your abdominals. And in. Out and in. Lovely, keep those heels nice and high, tempting to drop as you push out. So use that mind connection, lift those heels and start to take those chest presses as you push out and in. Out and in. Nice. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Just take those heels nice and wide. Come into windscreen wipers. Just checking. Yeah, we're all good. We're on. It says there are 5 of you there. Hello. Hope you're enjoying the start of your workout. Just some windscreen wipers, just wake up that lower back, just taking some weight out of the hands and out of the ankles for a minute. And then we're going to bring it back to center, back onto the toes in your hip distance apart, tailbone connected. Bottom rib pulls down as you inhale. Exhale, we're going to push the machine out, taking the dumbbells up. We're then going to drop the heels and take the dumbbells out into a wide chest. And then inhale. No, sorry, exhale to lift the heels and press those dumbbells back into the center, and then bend the knees and bring the dumbbells back in. So exhale to take it out. Inhale to drop the heels and the hands. Exhale to bring the hands in and lift the heels, and then inhale to bring it in. So we go out, down, and dumbbells out. Lift dumbbells in, and then bend the knees to bring it all back to the stop there. Out, drop the heels, lift the heels, bring it in. So it's the heel lift and lower, but you've got this chest fly as well. Couldn't think of what the move was called. You've got your chest fly as well. Lift and in. Take it out, drop and out, lift and in, bend the knees back. Lovely. We're just going to take 5 here. So taking it out, drop and lower, lift and bring it in, bend the legs in. That's 4. Out, drop, lift and in. That's 3. Out, drop, lift and in. Last one. Out, drop, lift and in. Take it out and hold. And you're going to push one heel down, and you're going to lift the opposite knee. Where the knee is lifted, keep that dumbbell in the air, and then pull where the heel is pushed under, pull that dumbbell down. So whatever heel is under your foot bar, the opposite arm is in the air. We're going to take our prancing feet, and as we change our legs, we're going to change our dumbbells as well. So we're going to swap it over to the opposite side. So you drop the opposite heel, lift the opposite dumbbell, and then swap again and swap again. So you've got your prancing feet. So inhale 1, exhale the other. Inhale 1, exhale the other. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both heels, lift both them dumbbells, bend the knees and bring it in. You may have squidged quite a bit up to your shoulder rests there, so just shimmy yourself back down. Take some windscreen wipers. Nice little warm up of the back of the legs there. And hopefully a nice mobilization through your ankles as well. Let's just take a couple of windscreen wipers. And then we're going to bring it back to center. Back onto the heels. And we're going to be hip distance apart again. Now, this time, you're going to bring your left leg into tabletop, so knee directly above the hip, and you're going to take your right dumbbell and push it up into the air. So as you push out, you've got opposite knee in tabletop and the opposite hand up in the air. Then you're going to bend that leg and bring it in. Place the left heel on the foot bar, and then as you pull the right into tabletop, you're going to push out and take the dumbbell up to the ceiling. So it's your march. So you're going to bring it all the way back in. Right heel comes on. As the left leg comes into tabletop, you're going to push out and raise the right dumbbell. And then inhale, bring it in. So it's your march. So it's opposite leg to opposite hand. And you're pushing that machine away on that one foot. So it might just take a minute just for your brain to kind of catch up with what you're doing, and placing the heel on each time can just take a little bit of like fear, losing the fear of kind of missing the footbar. You won't miss it. You'll get there. So you're just bringing that knee into tabletop and pushing out with the opposite leg, and the opposite dumbbell pulls up to the air for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 more. 10, 9, fire's burning through the front of your legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in. I'm like gripping them dumbbells for like sheer life. Just rotate my wrists a little bit. Take some windscreen wipers. Or just hug the knees to the chest for a minute. Nice. Sticking with that theme of one leg pushing off, we're going to bring our right leg into a tabletop position. And we're going to raise that right dumbbell. And then we're going to push it all the way out. This time, as we bring it in, we're going to stay on the left leg, being on the footbar, and we're going to extend our right leg over the footbar. And as we do that, we'll swap the arms. So, imagine we've exhaled out. We're going to inhale, bend the leg to bring it in. The right leg goes over the footbar into an extension, and we lift that right arm. And then we push out. That leg comes back to tabletop. And then we extend it as we take it back in. We push out and over. Push out, bring it in, leg goes over. So you've got that pull out into tabletop, leg extension as you bring it in. And you're just swapping the arms each time. Don't worry too much if the dumbbells get a bit confusing and you've got different arms. We're more looking for that lovely leg extension over the footbar as we bring it in, and really burning fire into the front of your left leg as it pushes out and in, out and in. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back. Bring it all the way back in. Just release those dumbbells if you need some wrist rotations, and just a few little windscreen wipers. Take some weight out of the heels. And then we're going to take that onto the opposite side. So we're going to come back, hip distance apart, heels on. So this time, left leg's going to come into tabletop, and we're going to raise the right dumbbell. Push it out as we exhale. Now again, as we inhale, leg extends, and we swap the dumbbell. So inhale, bring it in, leg extends over the footbar, raise that left dumbbell, bring the right down. Bring that left leg back into tabletop, push away with the right leg and raise the right arm. And then bring it in, extend opposite dumbbell. Bringing it out and in, out and in. So that leg into tabletop, leg extension over the footbar. Dumbbells raising, whoops, at different times. Gorgeous. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, fires in that right quad, I can't think what it was called, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in. Release those dumbbells to the sides. And just come back into your windscreen wipers. 2 knees over to one side. Inhale to center. And exhale, take the 2 knees over to the opposite side. Bring the hands onto the shoulder pads so you can get a big twist through the lower back. The bum cheek will lift as both knees go over to the opposite side. But the shoulder blades stay nice and glued to your carriage. Nice. Inhale to center. Exhale over. Inhaling to center. Exhaling over. Gorgeous. Keep it going. And then bringing it back to center. Hug those knees into the chest or take a happy baby. Whatever feels good. I actually feel like I need to just stretch out my inner groin and hips. So I'm taking a happy baby. And then hugging those knees in. We're going to rock up because we want to take off one of our heavy springs. So we're going to do some feet in straps, and that is how we're going to work our legs today. But we want it to be heavy. So I've got on a heavy spring and a medium spring, and they're what you probably want to start with. I'm going to see how I feel. I've got a feeling I might need to take the medium off and just do it on a heavy, but that would just be too easy. So I'm going to start with my heavy and my medium. Standardly with feet in straps, you would be on a heavy anyway, so we do want it heavier. So definitely place on that medium, see how you go. If it doesn't feel right or you're finding too much strain in the lower back or anything like that, take the medium off. If it feels too light and you want it to be even heavier, place on a light or another medium spring. So see how we go. I'll see how I go, and we might give that a little change. So we're going to come back down because we're going to do feet in straps. Little break there from laying down as well. And then you're going to take your big loop, push the machine away, place the big loop into your foot, bring it into tabletop, release the opposite leg from the foot bar, place that into the strap. Oh damn. My straps are not the same. Sorry guys, my straps aren't the same. You probably remember from the last live. This one was a nuisance and it came undone for me. So I'm just gonna release that slightly. Apologies. Step back in there. I think that'll be better. It was ever so slightly off, but you know what it's like. It's a nightmare when your straps are not the same. It's like you can't ignore it. It just annoys you the whole time. So, yeah, that's better. So, we're going to bring our legs into tabletop. Oh, this one's still ever so slightly. And I am a bit finicky with my straps. They've got to be right. I don't want to loosen it too much. Right, I'll just leave it. I'll get on with it. I'll survive. So, knees directly above your hips. Tailbone connected and that bottom rib pulling down. Nice space between the shoulder rests and your shoulders. Knees are at hip distance apart, so your knee is directly above your hip. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you're just pushing the legs out into a double leg press, almost just pushing to the wall straight ahead of you. And then inhale, bring the knees back to tabletop. If you bring them too far in, you'll switch off a little bit of the ab work and the core work that we're doing. So only let your knees come above your hips. So exhale to push out, inhale to bring it in. Exhale to push out and inhale in. These straps are okay actually, I'm just being incredibly finicky. So exhale out, inhale in. Lovely, so it's just a double leg press. So this might feel as though maybe that medium spring was actually not heavy enough and you possibly may have wanted to go lighter. I'd just stay heavier, sorry. I'd just stay where you are for now because we are going to go into single leg presses. So you kind of want this to feel a bit easier when you're double leg pressing. You've got two legs pushing against that resistance. Really imagine you're pushing through the soles of the feet, pulling the thigh bone out of the hip. So a real lengthening principle, and that will help you to really feel it in the core and really feel it through the front of your legs as well. Just a couple more here. And then we're going to bring it back into tabletop. We're going to leave our left leg still in that tabletop position, and we're going to push it through our right leg and then bring it back, and then spot push it through the left leg, leave the right leg in tabletop. So a bit like the march before, you're swapping your leg extensions, well, your leg presses. So one forwards, back to tabletop, opposite leg forward, back to tabletop. Now what's tempting here is to shift all of the weight over onto that one side that is pushing, just to kind of help with you against that resistance. So why I always start with doing almost like a march one by the other, is that you can't really shift that weight the same, because just as quickly as you've put it onto the left, you're going to want it onto the right. So imagine that bowl of water on your hips, and you're wanting to keep it nice and still, a long waist on both sides. At any point, if I came and measured your waist, depending on which leg was out, they'd be equal. They'd be nice and long on both sides. We're not shortening to push the leg out on either side. Nice. Oh, my strap is not cooperating. Push it out, in, out, and in. Lovely. Just bringing those knees back to tabletop each time. So you're keeping that nice lower abdominal load on for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, just coming back into those double leg presses, just to take out a little bit of weight, just to bring that weight back into both sides of the body. So it'll just take a little bit of that strength out of the legs, or the need for the strength out of the legs. And now you can make your decision. So I'm really happy with the springs that I'm on. I'm really getting so much fire through the front of my legs as I really push them, pull my hip out of my thigh out of my hip, and I'm really pushing through my feet. I'm loving it. It's a really nice strap, particularly on that one leg, when we just do the one leg. If you just find this all too easy, I would add on another medium or heavy spring. If it's feeling too much and you're getting too much lower back pain, or you are finding that you're having to shift the weight side to side to push that leg out, then I would take that medium off and I would do it on just one heavy. So first option is one heavy, second option is one heavy and one medium. Third option would be 2 heavies and a medium, or 1 heavy and 2 mediums. So whilst we're just interim double leg pressing, feel free to pause and change your springs. We've just got a couple more here. I'm now starting to really feel the fire through my legs from these double leg presses. It always starts off so well, but it feels so heavy by the end. And then just bring it in. Just hug the knees to the chest for a second. Just give people time if they're changing their springs. Hope I helped there and made sense with the spring choices. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, bring those knees back above the hips, back into that tabletop position. This time we're going to keep our left leg still, and it's going to stay still. So inhale, bottom rib pulls down, tailbone connected. Exhale, push the right leg forward, and inhale, bring it back. Sticking with that right leg, push it out and in, out and in. Now this is where you're more tempted to start putting loads of weight into that right hand side, and almost like creating like a banana shape with the spine and loading too much weight onto this right hand side. But you want to keep it nice and even on both sides. One way you can normally tell is if you've started to push against your shoulder pads, you'll feel the right shoulder is really pushed up on one side and the left shoulder probably feels nothing. Now, while pushing a heavy weight, there's always going to be a level of the fact that we may overcompensate on that side. Other parts of the body will, want to help you and push it out. So it's really just trying to really think about the posture, relax through the upper body, try not to tense, and that mind to muscle connection. So push through the glute, push through the front of the legs, let that power pull through the base of your foot, the sole of your foot. Push it out and in, out and in. Just 4 more. Mind's definitely burning here. And all my concentration is going into keeping my body weight nice and even, my waist nice and long. For 2. And last one. And bend and bring it back to tabletop. We'll just take a couple of double leg presses in between. It just helps rebalance the body, recalibrate the weight on both sides. So just a couple. Just see if you can just level out the body again. So create space between your shoulder pads and your shoulders. Make sure that tailbone's connected. Bottom rib pulling down. Bringing the legs back into tabletop. We finally get to keep this right leg still. Give it a little break. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push that left leg out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, out. Inhale, in. So again, just trying to notice where the body weight shifts to. Is it starting to shift onto that left-hand side? Can you try and encourage your waist to stay long? Really think, push through the quad, push through the glute, push through the sole of your foot. This right knee is going to stay right above your hip. That will keep that lower abdominal load on. So you've really got to think navel to spine connection to keep the hips level, the pelvis stable, the tailbone connected. Gorgeous. Keep it going, guys. You've just got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, those double leg presses. Exhale out, inhale in. Oh, I tell you what, that right leg enjoyed that rest. The left leg is on fire. In and out. Gorgeous. You've just got 5. Make sure you're not overarching in the lower back. As you're getting tired, you may start just to be losing a bit of form. So think navel to spine. Tailbone connected, just pushing those feet ahead of you. And in. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Just bend those knees in so you just got your hug knees to chest. Rocking from side to side. Oh, I tell you what, my legs are on fire. I enjoyed that. Bring the knees into tabletop. Stretch those legs and just come into a nice hamstring stretch. And then just take the legs nice and wide into your adductor stretch. So just if you were holding any tension in the hips there, this will just release off any of that tension. So bum stays down, legs are even on both sides. So sometimes you can have more flexibility on one leg than the other. So one may go out further than the other, but you want to make sure they're exactly the same. Otherwise it can cause strain on the pelvis and hip area. So you want to make sure that they are exactly, if there was a line in between, they would be the exact equal distance away from the center line. And just hold this stretch for a couple of seconds. It'll feel quite intense because those springs are a bit heavier. It's good for us sometimes. If it does just feel too much, then just come into your hamstring stretch. And then bring the legs in. Somehow, this strap for me has decided to get funny again. These straps. Note to self, check your straps before you start every session. Just release it a touch. I reckon that's fine. Okay, so sticking with that same heavy spring, we're going to take some frog's legs. So, I love frog legs. Bringing yourself into your straps if you also just need to adjust or adjust springs or anything. Nice. And the legs coming into tabletop. And then you want to extend the legs out in front of you. Bring the heels together and the toes point out to the corners of the room. This is like your first position in bar. So squeezing the legs together, there will be an external rotation of your hips, knees, and your feet going out to the corners of the room. Inhale, bend those knees in towards you. They'll go nice and wide. The heels stay connected. Exhale, push them out in front. Imagine you're almost trying to aim for where your ceiling and your roof kind of like meet. So you're going out in that real diagonal line. You're not looking to go straight up to the ceiling. You're looking to have a diagonal line between your toes, your knees, and your hips. Inhale to bend the knees in, and exhale to squeeze them together and out. Inhale in, exhale out. So really trying to encourage the legs to meet in the middle, squeeze them together, and then release. So it's loads of inner thigh
and hip work here. So hip mobility, especially in that external rotation, and squeezing those legs together and in. Now, if external rotation isn't for you, you're just going to take your legs straight and you're going to take this exercise, but you're not going to have the external rotation. You're just going to push the 2 flat feet into that diagonal line and back in again. You're going to really need to have to watch for not overarching in your lower back there, so that navel to spine connection on switched on, that real tight perigenes feeling. If you are in that external rotation, there's like a different type of control in it. So overarching of the lower back is not as common. But if you do have hip pain, it can just be a little bit aggravating. Also, if you have any sciatic pain. So just keep the legs straight if you're feeling any of that pain. Squeeze them together. Lovely. Out as you exhale. Inhale to bring it in. We've just got 5 more here. 5, 4, use that breath. 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in. Take it into a happy baby, or you can take that adductor stretch again. I actually think I'm going to take that adductor stretch again. My hips need it. Just pull the toes towards the face. Wide V, or you can be in happy baby. Just holding for a couple of seconds. I'm starting to really feel the heavier weight of these springs into my lower back now. So exhale, bring the legs together. A little hamstring stretch here. Just release off the back of the legs. Bum down on the carriage. Shoulder blades glued. Bend through that knee. So the knee should be above your hips. Really exaggerate the bend through the knees. It's much more healthy for us than having straight knees. And then just bend your legs in. Release one strap, place it onto your hook or onto your shoulder rest, and then place your foot onto the foot bar, and then release the opposite strap. Place that onto the foot bar as well. Take the legs nice and wide, and some windscreen wipers. So just really opening back up through the hips, stretching out that lower back, especially if you were feeling the heaviness of the spring in the lower back at all, just as you started to get a little bit more tired. We increase the reps. So just swinging those legs from side to side. Gorgeous. And then bringing those legs to center. Oh no, sorry. Hugging the knees to the chest. Sorry. Microphone just fell off. That probably didn't sound very nice for you. I do apologise. Just massaging that back, so taking circles or rocking side to side. And then gently rocking up to a seated position. Okay, so let me just double check my lesson plan. Okay, so we're going to come into some hands in straps, chest and back work. So we want to have on a medium spring to start with. If you are stronger, you might want to leave the heavy on instead of the medium. Everybody start on the medium at least, because this is power hour, so we do want to have that strength element. So we'll see how we go. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I'm going to fix my hair. We'll see how we go with that spring. If you want heavier, you can throw that on. And then if you get a few reps in and you would prefer to do lighter, then you can place on your light spring instead. So facing your straps, take some water. When I'm talking, make sure you're taking some water and just that little bit of rest. What's really nice in the live is I can kind of give you that bit of rest in between each of the things, because you want to be able to put your full strength into each exercise, and to do that you do need a level of rest between different exercises. So when I'm talking, you take that nice rest, extra stretch, take some water. Anywho, so we're going to be facing our straps, and I'm on my Me and this microphone are not getting on today. What's wrong with you? So we're going to, sorry, I'll try not to talk while I'm doing that. So I'm on my knees because I want to take some knee drives. If knee drives or just sitting on your knees isn't for you, you can sit in your cross-legged position. Oh, sorry. Or you can grab your block and sit on your block. You're going to fall again. No? Okay, you're there. And then we're going to come into... There's something not right about my straps. I'll sort this after we're live, but we're not getting on today. Ooh, we're not getting on with the microphone, the straps. Anyway, right, we're going to hold on to the knots, so just above the loops. So some knots, I've got knots that are high here and then knots here that are just above my loops. I'm going to go there today because I'm not feeling like my strength, upper body strength is quite returned after an injury with my elbow. So my straps are just slightly off. I need to really... Come on, there we go. There we go, that's better. So holding at the knots on our knees, we're going to take chest openers. So we have a lovely swing to this and a really gorgeous upper back twist. So inhale, sitting up nice and tall, long spine, neutral spine. Inhale to prepare. Closing down the ribs, so that bottom rib pulls in, the rib cage closes. Exhale, taking one arm up and one arm down to the side. And then inhale, bringing it back to center. Exhale to take it up, one arm up, one arm down to the hips. And inhale to center. So this is the arm movement, almost like cross body, creating a diagonal line across the body with the hands. One in the air, one down by the floor. Then we've got our upper body twist. So as we go down, the arm that goes down, we twist towards it. And then we bring it back to center. So the arm that goes down, that upper body twist. Headlamps on the hips, still pointing towards the straps. It's a nice twist through the upper back. Gorgeous. So just see how that feels. Now the twist doesn't have to be huge. It might just be something that you just need to build up through strength through the arms, and it will just help you to find that extra little bit of twist through the spine. Thoracic tension and loss of flexibility in the upper spine is because we sit at desks and we sit on our phones, and so we can be very tight in the upper back. So we don't want to over twist and hurt ourselves. And we also just want the eyes just to follow with that twist. So you'll be able to twist your head more than you'll be able to twist the upper back, but you want to keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. So don't over twist in the neck. Nice. Just give me one more on each side. Should be really burning through the shoulders, through the biceps, bit of triceps as well. Just release those straps a minute. Shake it off a touch. So hopefully you're already feeling quite a bit of fire through the mid-back as well because you've got that twist. Hopefully that's really starting to warm up those joints. It's getting the vertebrae moving in the spine. We're just going to come into an all-four position. And we're just going to inhale to extend the spine into cow. Exhale, round up to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. So I was just noticing that I wasn't getting quite the twist that I'm used to in my back there. Now that's one because I wasn't knee driving, and when I knee drive it gives me a lot more room to really twist through the mid-back. But also I just felt like, actually, do you know what? My spine just isn't warmed up enough. So I'm just going to take some cat to cows because I really want to get some real good knee drives in today. I'm excited. I know one of you who does my lives, and we did the knee drives, I think it was last week, and you did tell me you absolutely loved the knee drives. And I love knee drives too, so yeah, definitely bringing more of them in. Okay, just a couple more each way. And then I reckon maybe just give our shoulders and our spine a little bit of movement, make little waves, really get it going. I think this is going to massively improve the twist through, well, I don't think, I just know that it's massively going to improve our upper twists now. So let's get back into position. Make sure the feet are not crossed. Get nice and comfortable. Take those straps. Definitely put the hands where they were before. If you were finding it too easy, place on that heavier spring. You need it. If you're finding you were just getting too much slack because you're too strong, get that heavier spring on. It's like that little 10% that you're definitely going to feel tomorrow. So inhale, sit it up tall. We're taking those knee drives, so that navel to spine connection is really important here. We need good control in our carriage. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, arms come up. We'll just miss out the twist for a minute, so we just get used to our knee drives. Inhale, bring it down, bring it to center. Exhale to take it up and out. Inhale to center. Exhale up and inhale in. So you're just getting that nice balance. You're just remembering what it's like to pull the carriage forwards with those straps, and you're sitting on it. So keep tension in those straps. Don't let yourself go on the merry-go-round. Option now to take that upper body twist. Inhale to center. Upper body twist and back to center. Sorry. I think it might be this top, you know. Apologies. There's nothing worse than a dropped mic. Can't speak. Keep it going, guys. Exhale out. Inhale in. Make sure the ribs are nice and closed. So that bottom rib pulling down and the ribs knitted together. You don't want to be flaring in that upper back. We're twisting through the middle of the spine. We're not flaring our ribs and hurting our lower back. Keep the ribs closed, the navel to spine connection. Nice. Keep tension in those straps. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my Lord. Bring it in. Release those straps. Just move around those shoulders. Move around the back. Oh my Lord, I tell you what, I have not done them probably for months. Oh my goodness me. My shoulders are dead. Give it a good wiggle around. Just bring this, I'll just turn to you so you can definitely see what I'm doing. Bring this arm across. And then take it out, make some wide. Oh, I thought it was going to go again. Stretch it out. We're not done, guys. We're not done just yet. Because although we may feel like our shoulders are on fire and we cannot go any longer, we can. We always can. We're always stronger than we ever think that we are. Shake it off. I need to stop shaking. The microphone does not like it. Note to self, we're going to need to buy new tops. So I've got a better place to put this microphone. Right. Sticking with our knees, because we can knee drive through this next exercise as well. I think it will help just give us that little oomph at the very end when we really need it. I'm going to hold my straps back in the same place again. So on those knots, feel like my brain, mind, body connection is kind of knows I'm here now. So this will be good for me to stay here. Bringing the arms up so they're just below your shoulders. If you struggle with your shoulder hunch, if you can bring the arms right up to the shoulder height and not get that hunch, you can. But mine are always just slightly lower so I can really pull my shoulders down the back. Ribs knit together, sitting it up nice and tall, shoulders over your hips. Inhale, prepare, pull that bottom rib down. And exhale, take the arms out wide. So you're in that T shape, hands come to shoulder, in line with the shoulder, at shoulder height or slightly under. And then inhale, bring it back. Exhale to take the arms out in that T shape. Inhale, bring them to center. Make sure when you bring them in, you're bringing them all the way back in so that your wrists are back in line with your shoulders. And when you push out, make sure that your wrists are pointing down to the floor. So you've got a closed fist
and it's always pointing down to the floor. Nice. We'll just stick it with it here. The spring will feel super, super heavy with us down. So option is to maybe mess about with your spring tension or maybe increase it. Some strong ones out there, I know. Just give me one more here. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. What about those knee drives? Prepare. I know I need to mentally prepare. Shoulders directly over the hips. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, knee drive, take the arms out. Those springs will feel slightly lighter when you're in that knee drive. You'll get a little bit more oomph to really help you get those straps out. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. And inhale in. Lovely. Use that breath for the control. Tension in your straps at all times. If there isn't and if there's slack, you won't be working the shoulders and the chest muscles as much. If you keep that tension, that is you, that's your strength, that's how strong you are moving that machine. For 3, come on Emily, we can do it. For 2, last one, make it count. And bring it in. You can tell when I'm getting tired because I have to start shouting. I start shouting at myself, becoming my own cheerleader. Oh, well done, guys. Well done. Give it a good shake off. Oh, how are we doing? I think we're all good. We're still online. Oh, I hope you're okay. Just shake it off. What time are we on? Perfect. We are in perfect time for some planks. Yeah. So, we want to bring our foot bar down. So if you want to just set your machine up at this point and take some water. Foot bar down. Oh, I tell you what. Just, whoo. Oh, well, that nearly fell on the floor. Don't want to be replacing these. Right. Just give it a bit of a pedal off. I just need my machine. Oh, man. Right. Is this like a note to self that I probably shouldn't do morning sessions? I just don't think I'm like with the world yet. Just because we haven't stood up off that machine. I'm just really thinking like a little bit of a, just like shake out those knees, especially when you're in the knee position. It can, I know for my mum, she can get a bit of cramp in like her feet and stuff. And she just really feels so much better when she can just move her ankles, get that blood flowing, and she's all right after that. Hi, Mum. She'll be doing this at home. Pull that foot bar down. If you think I'm Reformer obsessed, you want to meet my mum. She's obsessed. Right, so I can put this back on now. I think we should stick with the medium spring because we're going to be transitioning in plank, and so we will want that little bit of extra stability. We will see how we go for a couple, and then we can always go on to the lighter spring, so it's a little bit more core heavy. But let's start with the medium because I do think we might need that little bit of extra stability. So hands going onto your platform extender, and then I think we will place our feet into our shoulder rests, and we will have our wrists directly under our shoulders. So we're in our roll forward position, lengthening out through the neck, pushing the back of the skull up to the ceiling, creating that double chin. Inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to push the machine away with our arms and our abs. Now, knees can be directly below the hips or slightly further out. Slightly further out will just build a little bit more into our lower abdominals, and then using the abs and the shoulders to pull the machine back in. So exhale to take it out and inhale in. So it's very much like the wheelbarrow exercise, whereby everything below the shoulders stays completely still, and you're really holding the weight of the body in the abs and the shoulders as you pull the machine back in. So taking it out
and in. So it might feel a little bit easy on that light spring, but that's fine. Sorry, on the medium spring, because we are just warming up in this position, and we're also just getting that mind to switch on. As we know, the mind often wants to pull the knees in, so we've really got to think about that mind to body connection. What is it you're doing? You're pushing away with the shoulders, and you're pulling in with the abs. Nice. This next one, you're going to take it out, hold that plank. We're going to twist onto our left side, so stabilize through the body. You're going to twist, keep it out, and try and straighten out that top leg. So you're now in a side plank. Lift those heels, not your heels, lift your hips, rest your foot, your top leg, your right leg on the shoulder rest, and you should be shaking because you're holding all of your upper body in your shoulder and in your side abs here. Arm can be at 12 o'clock or it can just be on your hip, and you're going to pull that machine in and then push it out. So keep those hips nice and lifted, pull it in and out. You've got this, guys. If it feels too much in your wrist, you can try coming down onto the elbow. Can you see why we've got that medium spring on now? Take it out for one more. And bring it in. Whew. Just push back to child's pose, especially if you just need to take a little bit of weight out of that left hand. It's a really quite advanced type exercise. You've got to have a lot of strength in your wrist and shoulders to carry that weight. And you've got to keep that lift through the waist so that you are really getting into those side obliques. So it's a little difficult one. If you were just sort of struggling to maintain the weight out there, maintain the control of the carriage and things, don't worry. Just think how many times you can watch this back and keep trying at this exercise and progressing with it. Like, please don't worry if you got one rep or you were failing to get any reps in that exercise. Like, you'll get there, and you'll always get there with all reformer exercises. Like, it can sometimes just be that mind over matter. So please just keep that patience, keep that practice up. Let's go back into that plank position. So pushing the feet into the shoulder rests again. Take the knees slightly behind the hips if that is your preferred place. You can keep the knees under the hips if that's your other preferred place. Lengthen through the shoulders. Pull the shoulders back, lengthen through the neck. So you're pushing the skull up to the ceiling. Inhale, take the machine back with your shoulders. Exhale, use the abs to pull it back in. So we're just switching the brain back on again. It's remembering, I keep all of my body still because I'm just pushing back from my shoulders, and I'm using my six-pack, my rectus abdominals to pull that machine back in. Nice. And pull it in. That navel to spine connection. If you're still building that strength through neutral spine, in your plank, you can tuck that pelvis under. That tucked pelvis just really helps. It helps engage the glutes so that when you're pulling in and out, you're not just relying solely on those lower abs to stabilize through the pelvis and spine. You can use the glutes as well. And as you slowly really build that real core strength, and you can maintain your neutral through a plank without compromising anywhere, and really just focusing on those abdominals being the holder and the strengthener, then you can untuck the pelvis and see how that feels. So take it out and in. Okay, we're going to take it out and we're going to come onto that side. Now, one side's always stronger than the other. You don't know how this will go. So take it out and then bringing the weight onto that right-hand side. Stabilize, use that navel to spine connection. I can already tell I'm not cooperating on this side. Twist, twist, twist. Okay, I might need to put my hand on my hip here. I'm not sure that I'm going to get it in the air. I'm also not sure I'm going to stay on this machine. Okay, let me not speak. Let me get where I need to be. Let's see. And then. Okay. Exhale. Bring it in. Inhale. Take it out. So lifting through the hips, try and stack the shoulders, knit the ribs together, belly button to spine, core engaged, shoulders sliding down the back, take it out and in, out and in. Last one. Oh, and in. Bring it back to centre, push back to child's pose. Well, I'll be interested to watch that one back and see what that actually looked like. You're always just, there's always just that little extra bit of focus and strength on one side, and then the other side you think, well, if I did it on my left, I could do it on my right, and for some reason, it just doesn't happen, and I don't know why. The mind switches off, it's getting tired. I guess there's all kinds of reasons, really. But oof, I did struggle on that other side, which is fine, because I'm going to watch it back, and I'm going to practice that one as well. Ooh, nice little bit of child's pose here. And then we shall come into a stretch. So, we're very much nearly on the hour. So we'll keep this stretch nice and quick today. If it does go over, feel free. This is the point where you can pause the workout and do your own stretches. But let's do some cobra. So let's put on a light spring and take off the medium. And we're going to lay down. I'm going to see how this goes with the microphone. So we're going to lay down, place the feet between your shoulder rests. If they don't quite fit, you can cross the ankles, or you can do them one side of the shoulder pad. Keep your chest free of the carriage, so chest completely free. Sorry, can you hear me, Poles? And then placing the hands on as wide as you can on your platform extender. Inhale to push it back, and this time we're going to take a cobra. So squeezing the bum cheeks, pointing the feet, and as you exhale, lifting head, neck, chest, looking forward, big extension of the spine, and then inhale, bring it down. Exhale to take it up. And inhale down. I'm actually going to move myself a bit more forwards because I'm not getting as much extension as I'd like to. Yeah, that's better. So you want your hips to stay down on your machine. And it's a nice extension of the spine. Squeeze the bum cheeks as you lift and push away. So the machine comes in as the spine lifts, the arms stay as straight, soft elbows. And inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale up. Big stretch those abdominals and the shoulders. And inhale down. Bend those elbows to bring it all the way back to your stopper. Shimmy yourself back up into an all-four position. I'm going to take my knees one side of each shoulder rest. I'm just going to place on a heavier spring as well, so the machine doesn't keep banging. So into that all-four position, inhale, extend to cow. Exhale, round up into cat. Inhale, extend to cow. Oh, you're all still there. Yay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for staying for a stretch. Hopefully that's because you know just how good it is for you to stretch it off at the end. It is the most important part. I mean, really, the whole session is important, but the stretch is important too. I've talked too much today. I really have. I will keep note to mouth in the cupboard next week. Nice little cat to cows. And up. And then just bringing yourself to the side of your machine. I'm just going to move that dumbbell. Place opposite ankle over knee. Sit it up tall and then gently bring the chest down. Push the knee down towards the floor. And then just swap it over to the opposite side. And then release it there. Inhale, reaching up, bending to one side. Oh yes, we need that stretch of our obliques today. Inhale to center and over. And then to the center, bringing it forwards. Push the spine back. Pull those shoulder blades apart. And then bring those arms around. Push the chest forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then just release it all up. I really need to stop doing that. And bring the hands together. In the centre, down, no, up above, down to centre. And give yourselves a very well-deserved clap. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was so lovely to see quite a few of you online with me at the time. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I will fix my straps and I will fix my microphone, and the next one will hopefully not have as many issues. Maybe they're not that big to you, but to me, I like panic so much about them because I just want these videos to be, you know, quick and succinct and everything that you want. So yeah, I shall stop blabbing, and I hope you have a really good weekend. If you're doing this in the middle of the week, I hope your week's going really well, and I will see you in the next one.